Hi guys, I'm Missy, and if you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. So we're just going to jump right into the video today. This is another installment in my series of doing a full face of affordable makeup brands. I've already done a Dollar Tree makeup video a while back. I can always do another one if you guys request it. I did a full face of Essence and a full face of Shop Miss A. But today's brand is going to be LA Girl. As you can see, lots of goodies in here. As always, not going to use everything because there are multiples of things. So we are going to create a full face using all these products, well, majority of these products from LA Girl. So let me just go through, pull out what I need to get started, and yeah, I will be right back. There we go. Okay, as I've told you guys in previous videos, the way I like to do my makeup is I like to put on my primer and then do my brows, and that lets my face primer sink in while I'm doing my brows. So the face primer that I got is the Pro Prep HD Color Correcting Face Primer in green. And I get this so that I can help neutralize my redness on my cheeks. I'm not too red today like I normally am, but we'll see how this works. And can I just say, I wish brands would stop putting this plastic around everything. It's annoying. I'd rather you just be in a package. Alright, so I'm just going to squirt some out in my hand. It's just a squirt tube. Just going to use a little bit there because I do not know how pigmented these are. Okay. Alright, I'm definitely seeing, because I haven't put it on this side yet, but as you can see, it's canceling out some of the redness already. Okay, nice. I'm going to get a little bit more. I just always like to start out with a little bit first, because sometimes they can make you look like you are ready for Halloween with a green face. Alright, nice. I like that so far. Alright, so I have a couple brow options here. I have two brow pencils. I have the Brow Bestie in black brown. I have the Slim Shady, the Shady Slim brow pencil in Blackest brown. And then I have this two-piece brow kit in soft black. So let me open these up, because I think what I'll do is use the Slim brow pencil first, and then I'll go in with the Brow Bestie next. Okay, so I'm going to use the spoolie on the Brow Bestie because it's the bigger spoolie, which I found I liked with the, I believe it was the Essence videos. Okay. I'm going to go in with the Shady Slim brow. I want to draw underneath here. Okay. That was nice for an outline. Let me try this one for filling it in. This is the Brow Bestie in Blackest Brown. It's just kind of have the more triangular tip, whereas the other one is just a real skinny tip. Alright, yeah, that's nice. Gives it a soft effect look. It's not overwhelming. Yeah, I just need to clean it up a little bit, but very creamy, which I tend to like, because I don't like the ones that are kind of dry filling and drag across my face. Alright, yeah, you can definitely build it up. Alright, let me do the other brow and then I'll be right back. Alright, so yeah, I really like both of these brow pencils. I'm not good at my application, but I will clean it up and after we do the brow gel and everything. But yeah, not bad. It was actually pretty easy. And gives you room for error where you can kind of like wipe it with your finger. So that's nice. So I want to try out this Brow Bestie 2-piece kit. You get a little brush that has like a spoolie on one end and like the angled liner on the other end, and then you get this long wearing gel. And we're just going to apply this over what I've already put on. Okay, yeah, that's pretty pigmented. Okay. First opinion, I don't like it. I liked my brows before I did this. Let me see if I can clean it up with the spoolie a little bit. Maybe it's just me and my application. Oh, I'm just making it worse. Alright, let me see if I can clean this up a little bit because it is looking kind of crazy. And I am not loving it right now. Not at all. So I'll be right back, see if I can clean this up and make it salvageable. So the two pencils so far I like. This I do not. Alright, I did my best to try to clean this up without having to take it completely off. It just is what it is right now. Sometimes products work, sometimes they don't. And this definitely is one that did not work for me. I don't know if it's just because it's too dark of a color or if it's just too liquidy for me. So it's just not for me. But next time I would definitely just purchase these two pencils and leave this behind. Okay. So let's do eyes because I am not sure on the fallout situation for LA Girl shadows. So since I've never used them before, I always like to do my eyes first. So let me find my eye primer options. Okay, so we have two. We have the LA Girl Pro Prime Cream Eyeshadow Primer, which is this one, and then we have the Pro Primer HD High Definition Eyeshadow Primer Stick. So I think what I might do is I might put one on this eye and one on this eye, and we'll try it out to see if there's a difference. This one kind of reminds me a bit of the Sigma eye primer, just looks wise. I've never used the Sigma eye primer. Alright, so I'm going to put this one on this eye. Okay. And I'm just going to blend that out with my finger. Okay, so that one has a bit of a color base to it. This other one I think is clear. I think. Alright, let's see. It comes in a squirt tube. Okay, well, it looks like it has a base to it as well. I will say it's very hard to get out of here. It's like, it's almost like it's hardened up in the tube. Okay. Again, just gonna blend that in. Okay. A little bit of that goes a long way. So this one feels a lot more liquid, oily feeling, which is not my favorite type of eye primers. It kind of reminds me of the Essence one that I just did not that long ago. Let me get a brush here and see if I can blend this in a little bit more. Okay. Alright, so you can kind of see this side is a little more shiny than this side. So if you want to go in for a matte eyeshadow primer, I would go with the stick. And if you want something a little more slick feeling, a little more glowy looking, go in with the cream eyeshadow primer. Personally, I would skip this one because I don't like this type, and I would definitely use this more. This is more my type of style. Alright, so I have two eyeshadow options. I picked up two of their 4-play eyeshadow palettes. I got Feels Good and So Sweet. And online, they looked different, but in person, they're not that far off in a color scheme. This one is more purple mauve-y leaning, and this one is more pinky rose leaning, but they're definitely close in color scheme. So we'll probably just pair them together and see what we can come up with. Okay, so alright, so they both have this kind of like light shade in them, so I'm going to start with that out of one of them. I'm going to start with it out of the Feel Good palette. I did not get any of their brushes because I have so many brushes, but they do have some that are for sale. I believe you can get them on Walmart.com and I believe on LA Girl's website. And I'm just going to go in with this ColourPop E16, and I'm just going to put that light shade. It doesn't have a name. They're just numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just going to take this one, and I'm just going to set down those primers. You don't have to do this. It's just a personal preference that I like to do sometimes. Especially when I have a primer like that cream one that was kind of waxy. Okay. So now I think what I want to do is go in with the matte, which, I mean, the first two colors in these palettes, if you look, they look exactly the same. I don't know if you guys can see. Here is that one. You see this color and this color compared to this one. They look almost exactly the same. But we're gonna go in with the one in So Sweet. We're gonna go in with the one that is a little lighter into the crease. I feel like they're just gonna come off the same on the eye, even though in the pan they just look almost identical. One is just a little more purple leaning than the other. Alright, so there's a nice wash of color from it. And now I'm going to go into the other palette, the similar color called, oh, it's not, it doesn't got a name. I keep forgetting that. I'm going to go into that one, and I'm just going to tap in with that same brush, and I'm going to go into the crease again with that one. Just going a little lower. Yeah, don't really see a difference. So unless you like really like the shimmers in one over the other, I would not get both. I would just get one of the two. Okay. That's what we're looking like. Just a nice wash of color. Nothing intense. Alright, so I think what I want to do now, let's I'm going to build these two mattes up a little bit more to see if I can get any more from them, and then I'll come back and we'll start working with the shimmers. Alright, so I built those up. They are a very buildable matte. This would be a good beginner palette so far, at least with the mattes, because they start out very light, not very intense, so you can build it up to your liking. I'm just going to go back in with the eye primer stick, and I want to put that all over my lid because I want to go in with the shimmers, and I want to just kind of have a bit of a base for them. Okay. Again, just gonna blend that with my finger, just kind of tapping it in. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to go in with this darkest shimmer. I'm going with this darkest shimmer here in the So Sweet palette, and I'm just going to go on my outer corner of my lid. Oof. I'm just going to go right here. Okay, that's very pretty. Alright, and do that on the other side. And I always bring mine a little higher because of my hooded eyes. Okay. Now, what I want to do, clean my finger off from that one. And I want to go into the Feel Good palette. And I want to go into this shade here, just to put beside of that shimmer. Okay. Just a bit right there. Just kind of blending it in. Okay. Alright, there's that one. Now, what I want to do is go into I'm swatching the two to see which one seems to be more what I like if they're gonna go together. Alright, so what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna go into the So Sweet palette. I'm gonna go into this shade right here, the shimmer, which feels a bit hard panned, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna like really dig in here to try to get it to come off. Okay. And I'm gonna put that right here. That shade is just very lackluster and kind of dusty. I mean, I'm like really swirling around in the pan to get the pigment out. I mean, I'm like going like this. Yeah, it looks pretty once it's on the eyes. It brightens up the eye, but I got a feeling it's going to crumble throughout the day just based on looking at it. Alright, so what I want to do now is to try and use the last color in this other palette, which is the Feel Good palette, I'm going to go into this other shimmer, and I'm going to try to layer it on top of the one I just did. Hopefully I don't ruin what I've already done. This one looks more like a kind of a topper shade. I'm hoping it's just going to give it some more sparkle. Yeah, that's what I was going for. Alright, so I'm going to work on my blend on this, and then we're going to start doing the face products before we finish the eyes. So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I'll be honest with you, right now, not loving these. But we'll see if we can do some more with it in a little bit. So I have a color corrector, excuse me. I have a color corrector in Peach that I want to try and use. Then I have a concealer in Light Ivory, and I have the Tinted foundation in Medium Beige. I also have the option of the Pro Coverage HD High Definition Long Wearing Illuminating Foundation in the shade Fair. So I did try to color match online. I don't know how well I did, but we'll see. I'm going to open up the concealers first because I want to try the color corrector one. Give me 1 second, guys. My cat wants me to let her out, so I'll be right back. Alright guys, sorry about that. I don't know if you guys heard her, but she was letting me know she wanted out. She doesn't like closed doors, so if she sees a door closed, she always wants to go in, but then when she's in here, she wants out. You know, typical cat. Alright, so it's like a brush tip. I'm just going to squirt it to the top. Oh, okay, that was... I'm going to put it right here where I have most of my darkness. Okay. And then I'm going to take my Kat Von D number 40 brush to blend that in. Wow, okay, that's a good color corrector. At first I didn't think I was going to like it because of the applicator, but wow. Okay, I like that. Nice. Alright, this is a favorite so far. Okay, so let's try the foundation. I might just mix the two since one is a medium beige and the other is fair, because I just have a feeling one is going to be too dark and one is going to be too light. I'm going to squirt them both out on my hand to see. Okay, that's fair. Okay. The one that is fair looks really yellow to me, which is this one right here. This one looks a little orange. So alright, so I think I'm just gonna go with the medium beige tinted foundation because I think it's gonna be the closest I'm gonna get. I do have the color correctors, but I'm not real good at like trying to mix and match. I need to learn how to do it. I do have these, but I need to learn how to use them correctly before I try to attempt it on camera. Alright, so we're just going to go in with this one. And it's just in a squirt tube. I'm just going to put some on. Okay. And then I want to go in with this flat, dense brush from Beauty Creations. Just kind of blend it out. Okay. Just putting a little bit more throughout here. It says that it is buildable natural finish. Which I definitely agree with. It does have some coverage to it though, but it does look really nice. Okay. Alright. So let's go in with the concealer now in light ivory. Okay, I'll just put some under here. And then I'm just going to go in with that Kat Von D brush again and just blend it out. This does have a bit of a pink undertone to it for me. So I think I would actually go for more of a lighter, fairer color for me. Maybe. It is blending into the other one nice. That's the thing, it's kind of deceiving because when you first put it on, it looks different and then you blend it in and it blends in nice. Okay, yeah. Alright. I take back what I said, it actually looks nice. Alright, so let's see. We want to do some bronzer and some powder. But first, I forgot I got one of their sponges. So let me open it up. And I'll spray it down with my MAC Fix Plus. Just to kind of get it saturated. And then we'll blend this out some more. I'm not going to judge it right now because I use the MAC Fix Plus instead of water. But at the moment, it's a bit of a firmer sponge, which is not my favorite. But I'll try it again and I'll let you guys know. Okay. You see if I have any any more cream products for the face before I start on powders. And I do, so I got a couple cream blush options, a cream contour stick, a cream highlighter. So let's do the contour stick and the highlighter, and then I'll pick a blush to use. So I got the contour stick. It's the LA Velvet Bronzer Contour Stick in the shade Goddess. And what I want to do is I'll put it down on one side first and blend it, because the last time I tried to blend one, it wasn't fast enough. It dried down. I'm just going to use this Luxie Duo Fiber brush. It's the 516. I'm just going to blend that out. Probably could have gotten a darker shade for me. I'm going to try a different way. I'm just going to go in with, this is a glowy, bit of a glowy bronzer too. I'm just stippling it on. Alright, I think this would work better for a fairer skin. And that's just my fault for not picking the right shade match. So that's what that one's looking like. Let's go in with the cream blush now. And I think I'm going to use Rosebud, since we got a whole kind of like rosy, pinky purple theme going on. I'm just gonna dot it on. These are the soft matte blushes, liquid blushes. Those are pretty. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty. Yeah, nice. Alright, now we have the cream highlighter, which is another one of the Velvet contour sticks, but this is the highlight shade in Radiance. My battery's blinking at me, so I'm going to have to change it, but I'll be right back. Alright, I apologize if the view is a little different. I had to change my battery out. But we're going to go in with the cream highlighter stick. I'm actually really liking that soft matte liquid blush. Super pretty. Alright, I want to go in with this Lunar Beauty LBF 5 brush. And I want to just kind of Alright, let's try it directly from the stick. Okay. It's very firm, not creamy. Try to blend it with this brush. Alright, so there it is. You guys can see. Honestly, I think it's probably going to get better with a sponge than a brush. But definitely highlights. I'm going to put some on my nose. And then I'm going to put some up here. Okay. I'm actually going to take a little bit of it on my finger and place it right here. Just give the eyes a little bit of highlight. Alright, now let's go in with the powder products. I have this matte bronzer, very reflective. I have this matte bronzer in Back to the Beach. Everything is taped, so it's a bit of a pain in the butt to open. Alright, so that's what it looks like. I've got the lightest shade. So I'm going to go in with this dual-ended Lunar Beauty brush. Just tap in. I do feel like that bronzer stick lifted foundation off my head. Okay. So, yeah, not bad. I have a nice bronze to the skin. It's very, very faint bronze. Nothing like pow in your face, but it's nice. Alright, now I want to go into the powder blush that I got, and this is in, it's called Just Blushing, and it's in the shade Just Radiant. And this is a bit of a glittery blush. At least it looks like it in the pan. As you guys can see, glitter specks in there. Just going back in with that same bronzer brush. It's coming off as more of a somewhat of a berry tone on me. I preferred the cream blush over this one, but I think if you were a bit deeper than me, you'd probably like this one because it comes off darker on the skin than it's showing on camera. Alright, so the last of the, well, not all the powders, but last of some of the face powders, we have this Strobe Light Strobing powder in 120 watt. And you don't have to do cream and powder like I'm doing. It's a lot of extra steps. I just like to show cream and powder options because some people like cream over powder. Okay. So I'm going to go in to this with the other end of that Lunar Beauty dual-ended brush. Tap it off, and then we're just going to okay, wow. So I'm in my 40s, and I don't really like highlighters like this because, as you can see, it really picks up the texture and makes it show. So no for me from this. It is very blinding though, I will give it that. Yeah, that is a very, very blinding highlight. I'm just gonna tap my beauty blender over it, try to tone it down. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Alright, so now I want to set down my whole face with the powder. And then we're going to finish the eyes and then do lips, I believe. So I got the HD Pro Powder setting powder in translucent. Comes with this little puff, and it is sealed. Okay. Alright, so Just gonna tap some out. And I'm gonna go in with that Lunar Beauty dual-ended brush. I'm gonna clean that highlighter off though on my color switch. And I'm gonna tap into this powder. And then I'm gonna set my under eye. Very finely milled. Alright, so I'm going to go in with the other end and set down the rest of my face. Okay. And I have a setting spray. I got the Fix and Set Makeup for Extended Wear. Okay. And if you guys watch my Essence video, you'll know why I do this now, just to be on the safe side. Alright, so this is what it looks like. Okay. It's not a bad sprayer. It's a little more aggressive than some of them I have, but it's still not bad. Alright, we're going to let this dry down. And while that's drying down, we're going to pick out an eye pencil. And I think what I want to do, sticking with the kind of purple theme, or purple or pink theme, I think I want to do this pastel baby pink. I'm trying to decide if I want to do both, if I want to do the purple on the outer waterline and the pink on the inner. I think I'll just stick with the pink. Hopefully I don't regret that. So I'm just going to put that in the waterline. Okay. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I love LA Girl liners. As you guys can see, I have these. I have these. And then I have the pastel ones that I just showed you. And then I have lip liners too. But I really like the eyeliners. I'm just dropping things everywhere. I have such a mess that I'm going to have to clean up later. Alright, so let's go back in with the palettes. And we're just going to combine those two like pinky purple mattes and go underneath my waterline. Gonna be my lower lash line. I'm just gonna use this Beige Cosmetics Sprinkle Collection brush. It's number 3. I'm gonna go into the more purpley one first. And go underneath. Alright. And we're going to go into the more pinky one. Go underneath that. Alright. And then I want to take a little bit of that light shimmer. Just kind of put it right here. Not much, just a little bit, because it is very crumbly. So I'm trying not to get it all over my face that I just did. Just give a little sparkle there. Okay, so now I think we have a mascara. Yes, we do. So we have the Jetsetter Mascara Lash and Go Extreme Length and Dramatic Lift. Just a heads up with this one shimmer, it keeps crumbling down into my eye. That look really light shimmer I told you guys was crumbly. That one. Alright, so I'm going to put my lip primer on from LA Girl. It's just a clear lip primer while I am doing my mascara, so it has time to set in. Super cute packaging. Let me curl my lashes. Okay. It does have the nice big fluffy one that I like, at least for my upper lashes. Alright, as you can see, no mascara on this one, mascara on this one, so it is nice black mascara. It is very subtle. Granted, I don't have the best lashes to begin with for mascara, but I do have ones that are better at lifting, and this one does claim extreme length and dramatic lift. I'm not seeing that. I'm going to add some more. I mean, that's a little bit better, but I have better mascaras than that. Unfortunately, I did not have any lash options from this brand. I don't know if they sell them or they just didn't have any, but I wasn't able to find any. Alright, I'm going to finish applying the mascara off camera, then I'll be back to do lips and finish off the video with you guys. Alright, so we have some lip options. I have one liquid lipstick in the shade Hush, in the shade Hush. Took me a while to find that. So I'm going to swatch it on my hand after I open it, and then I'll see which lip liner I want to use. I have these lip liners, some neutrals and some colors, and then I have these lip liners that they sell. So let me open it, swatch it real quickly. Try to. Oh, I apologize. It's not a liquid lipstick. I thought it was. It's a stick form lipstick. Alright, so that is the That is the color. It's just a pinky color, which, I mean, goes good with the look. Okay, so let's see. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is go in with the Ultimate Lip Intense Stay Auto Liner. Say that a gazillion times. Boundless Berry to kind of tie in the purple on the lip liner, and then we'll do the Hush lipstick. Alright, so there's the lip liner in Boundless Berry. So let's go in with the matte lipstick. Alright, those pair nicely together. Alright, yeah, pretty. It's interesting, it says it's matte, but it goes on creamy, so I'm curious whether it's going to dry down matte. I'll have to try it another time when I don't have the lip primer underneath, because the lip primer tends to make my lips a little hydrated and balmy. But I mean, I swatched it on my hand. You know what? Let me wait for it to finish drying down on there, and then I can kind of see. It just means it's a matte finish or not. Okay. I think it's still drying down. But while it's drying down, let's talk about some of my favorites in this video and some of my fails and some of my didn't use but need to learn how to use. So let's say the didn't use but need to learn how to use is all these color mixing pigments. I have 4 of them, which I believe is all of them. I need to learn how to use those, especially when I end up buying foundations and things that don't match. The lip primer I've used multiple times before. It gives a nice hydrating base to your lips before you put the lipstick on. The Auto lip liners I have used many times, and I do enjoy them, as I do their Shockwave liners. The Auto ones are retractable, but they do come with a little sharpener on the end. And same with the eye pencils that LA Girl has. I do enjoy them. I will say the Shockwave and the Pastels are the best. The Glide ones, some of them are hit and miss. But I do own, I believe I do own all of them in each category. So they are nice. Same for the lip liners that are the Shockwave and the Nude collection. These are good as well. Alright, so moving on from that, the cream blush that I used in Rosebud, I cannot talk today, in Rosebud is really nice. I like it. I can't wait to try out the other colors that I got. Some of them may be too deep for me, but we'll see. So these are nice. If you're thinking of picking them up, I would. The matte bronzer I liked. I do feel like I probably should have gotten the darker shade. There was only 2 shades, and I feel like this one's a bit too light for me. So I don't know. I may pick up the other one and see how I feel about it. I mean, this one's not bad. It gives a nice blush, but I tend to like my bronzer a little bit darker. Okay, so that's that one. And then we have so much here. We have the concealer and color corrector. I really like both of these. I am loving how my under eyes are looking. And then my highlight spots that I did with the concealer as well, looking really nice. I like these a lot. Okay, so then we've got our foundations. I did not use this one simply because it looked way too light for me, so I'll probably just give this away to one of my family members. But I did use this one, the medium beige and the tinted foundation. And at first I thought it was going to be too dark for me, but as you can see, it blended out actually really nicely and has nice coverage. It looks nice. Don't take a shot every time I say how something looks nice. Okay, so let's see here. Let's get into fails, I think. Let me make sure I don't have any other favorites first. Oh, the brow pencils. I liked both the brow pencils. I liked the stick eye primer. I want to try this again. This is another one like the bronzer where I'm like, maybe on. Okay. The powder did a nice job of setting everything down. Yeah, nothing is feeling tacky or anything, and it did a good job under the under eyes. Same with the setting spray. Just a little bit aggressive of a pump, but it's not bad compared to others. And now I think we're getting ready to go into the fails for me. Okay, so let me gather these up. And I'll let you know. So this lipstick is not my favorite type of lipstick. As you guys know, I'm more of a matte liquid lip person, or just a liquid lip in general. This is very creamy. It says it's matte. It's been sitting on my hand for a while. It does not look matte to me. It looks glowy, and I mean it doesn't dry down. So I'm not quite sure why it's called matte. Maybe I just am misunderstanding what they mean by it. But yeah, that's just, it's a pretty color. But if you like that type of formula, then yeah, it's good for you. But it's just not my favorite type of formula. Alright, so that aside, we have this blush. I did not like this blush. It is too glittery for me, and it was too deep of a color. It didn't look like it online in person, but once I applied it, it was just too deep of a berry tone. And I mean, now it kind of looks faded, so I'm not real sure with that. I'm just gonna put this in my fail. Then we have the highlighting strobe light powder. If you like a super blinding highlight and you're not in your 40s like I am, and you don't have texture that you don't want kind of highlighted, then you'll love this, because this is very blinding. It's very glittery looking. But for me, it was a fail. The mascara, yeah, it is pretty black, but it's just, I have better mascaras for lifting my eyelashes. So That's a fail for me. Then we have the cream contour, or no, the cream highlight and the cream bronzer contour. These felt like very stiff, not very creamy at all, and I didn't like the shades for me. So that could just be not picking the right shades, but I just didn't like these. So that's a fail for me. And then we have this eye primer, which this is like a creamy eye primer, which if you guys have watched my channel, you guys know I do not like the creamy eye primers like this. I'm more of a matte set down, like the ABH and the Glam Light, and like the stick I use, like I really like that one, but that eye primer is a fail for me. And then we have this guy. As you guys can see, like my brows weren't looking too bad before. They were looking pretty good, but this, it just keeps traveling above my brow. I hate this. This is one of the worst products I've used. I'll try it another time, I guess, without other products underneath it to see if I like it any better, but right now I hate this product. Big fail for me. Alright, and then lastly we have the eyeshadow palettes. And Feel Good and So Sweet. Does it look pretty? Yeah. It's very soft, so if you like kind of like the soft flush of color with a little bit of shimmer, then okay. But I have much better affordable palettes in my collection than these, so I would pass. I mean, if you're gonna get one out of these two, I would just pick one because they're just way too similar in their color scheme. So yeah, those are a fail for me. Plus they had one of them was very hard panned, and I believe that's the same one that was chunky, and I've already had to clean up the glitter from it like 3 or 4 times while filming the video when I had stopped. But yeah, that is a full face of LA Girl makeup. Sorry if I forgot anything. There's a lot to go over, but I hope I helped you guys, you know, kind of see what you might want to pick up and not pick up based on my preferences, if we have similar preferences. Again, I'm not telling anybody what to buy or not to buy. You do what you want with your money. This is just my experience with them, and it may help you to kind of judge, you know, what you want to pick up. Alright, if you guys would please like and subscribe down below, it really helps my channel and I would appreciate it. Until next time, guys, bye.